I just want to make sure.
And Mike and I are going to,
go ahead.
Mike and I are going to do a video today, Wilma. I sent an invite to my son's email, that computer's never been on Zoom. And Mike's going to open it. I'm going to video him opening it. And he's just going to say something about even his generation can do it. Hold on.
So while we're getting ready to get this thing cranked up, so everybody's on the same page, Amanda and I talked yesterday, and she feels like everybody's up to speed enough that we should be able to launch our first class next Tuesday. So we need to make sure we're all comfortable with everything and plan on next Tuesday being our first run of a live class with attendees and all. And I'm sure we're going to have some glitches here and there, and there's going to be a hiccup once in a while, but I mean, hey, we're trying to do something. We're trying to help folks out. And so that's what it's all about. And I think it'll go all fine. But, and I'll let you get cranked up. And
all right. I forgot to open my presentation. John, I think you want to start with John since he wasn't on yesterday's call?
Yeah, let him go through and walk him through everything so he's comfortable with what
Cheri's here.
What needs to be done.
John, the way you share your screen, have you ever done this before, John?
No, I haven't.
Okay. The way you share your screen is I'm going to make you the host. And I do that over here. So you're going to be the host.
Okay.
And at the bottom, in the middle, if you'll move your cursor down towards the bottom, you'll see a green button that says share screen.
Right.
Wilma, does he need to do the restrict it from here, or is it already done?
We can't hear you.
I know, I'm not used to not being the host. John, just check. There's a little arrow right next to that green share button. It's right next to it.
Right.
If you click on there, you should see advanced settings.
Advanced sharing options.
Yes, so click on that.
Okay.
And the window will pop up, and the second line on that says who can share. It should say host only. That always needs to be selected.
Right, that's selected.
Okay.
All right, John, so you'll hit.
Go to the screen button.
Yeah, you'll hit the green share your screen button. Have you already got your PowerPoint pulled up?
No, that won't take but a minute.
Okay, get it pulled up, and that way it'll be an option for you to open that.
Please review again when the host has control about the not sharing, that no one else can share.
We just did that.
I know, but
there's a little arrow that points up next to the green share button. You will not see that right now because you are not the host.
That's okay.
Once you're the host, you click on that little button, and then it will pop up.
Wilma, does that have to be done every time, or once you do it in a meeting, is it already done?
I think because we're coming from templates now. Every meeting has to be set up through a template. Well, it doesn't have to be, but I would suggest to you guys to do that because then everything that you need is in it. So you set it up from a template, and then that would already be one of the options that's selected. And I created 2 videos today, and I'm going to send them to you, Amanda and Alan, or whoever wants to see it, but maybe Alan, so that you can look through it and see that makes sense. 2 videos, one of them setting it up from a template, a new meeting from a template, and then the second one is how to conduct a meeting, and I included everything: how to share to host only, how to share host, reclaim host, how to save a chat, and how to save a report. So I'm gonna send that to you guys, and then that's kind of like a little cheat sheet. It's a video that you can take a look at. Okay, go ahead.
All right, I've got it called up.
All right. When you hit share screen, you should see the option to share. There you go. Do you have any video in that you're going to have to play?
No, I didn't. This time I didn't put any video in.
Okay. And you're going to share it just like you would if you were in the classroom.
Right. Okay, what do you guys see?
We see we see it like you're seeing it on your screen.
Okay, so if I want to go, hold on a second.
You would go to slideshow,
That's what I'm trying to do here.
about middle way in the top.
Slideshows. Yeah, but
Yep.
it's covered. I gotta move this down. There we go. No, that keeps it covered. Oh, there we go. Okay. Slideshow from the beginning. Boom.
There you go.
All
There you
right. So.
You can rock and roll, teach all the way through.
You can just click a few if you wanted to. You were asking about can we
half this.
Hey, Amanda, can you let Penny in? I'm not the host, Jamie.
John's the host.
Oh,
John, when you start your slideshow, you might want to remind the students that over on the right-hand side at the top, there's a button that says Speaker View. And if you click on that, then it will give them your presentation with just your picture next to it, so they can see you talking a little better instead of the whole.
Okay, so where is it?
It's in the top right corner. There's you might not have it right now since you're the host, I'm not sure. But the gallery view is when you get everybody's pictures, but if you click on gallery view, it'll give you everybody, but if you click on speaker view, it gives you just the one who's talking.
Right.
You'll be able to see that when somebody else shares theirs, but I think it's a good thing to remind the students so that they're not distracted by everybody else in the class, but they can see you a little better.
On the side here, I got you. Okay. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today, we're going to get into the wonderful world of electronics and electricity. I want to light you folks up so you become well educated as far as what those little electrons doing in the conductors out there. We're going to start from some very basic points. Being in the business we're in with pumps and motors and so on, we have a lot of use for electricity as a power source for a lot of what we do. And so, okay, there we go.
There you go.
Most pumps are powered by electric motors. There are some that use the internal combustion motor. There's some that use steam, but most common will be the electric motors that will drive the pumps. There are two types of electric current that we're going to use or are used out in the field right now. There's one current which we call DC or direct current. The most familiar use is batteries. You have a positive and a negative terminal. The electrons leave the negative terminal, go around the circuit, come back into the positive terminal. It travels in one direction only. And then we have another type of current that is more commonly used because it usually is of more power and it is more cost effective, and that is alternating current. We call that AC. Changes direction 60 times a minute. So instead of just going one way, 60 times a minute, it reverses direction. You can hear, if you've ever been in a room where they have neon lights and so on, you hear a hum, and that hum is that 60 cycle frequency of the current changing 60 times a minute. Now, along with the direction the current flows, we also have what we call a phase, a single or a three-phase power supply. And what we mean by phase, what you see on the bottom of your, can they see my pointer?
Yep.
No?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What I can do is maybe use a different pointer, but here we have a sample of that electronic wave where we've generated electricity. This center line is the zero voltage line. And first we go through a half a cycle in the positive direction. Then we cross down through the zero and we start going through the negative section of the wave. And that is one entire wave. And then we repeat that again over and over. So this would be like zero. This would be like 120, back to zero. This would be a negative 120, back to zero. That is 180 cycles, or 80 degrees, I'm sorry, 180 degrees for one cycle.
All right, John,
Yeah.
we're going to stop you there. You don't have to go through the whole thing. Wilma wanted to get enough of you recorded to share on our website.
Okay.
Do you have any?
I was just getting started. Look,
Really?
I was learning something.
You like that, pretty one? That's three
And
phase.
Alan, did you want John to make a comment that we talked about today with Daniel? Alan?
So here, yeah, John, if you will, introduce yourself, because we'll use that in some of our promo stuff. So if you'll introduce yourself.
All right.
Stop sharing your screen, though. I just want you on the screen.
Yeah, all right.
You want me to take Coast back?
Sure.
Stop share. Okay.
There we go.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Good morning. My name is John Woods. I'm a training specialist with the North Carolina Rural Water Association. One of the things I'll be doing today is I'll be talking about electronics and electricity basics. If you have any questions during the process, please don't hesitate to ask the questions. This is all new for all of us, so bear with me if I kind of stray off path here a little bit, but I'm looking forward to hearing from each of you. I like questions, so please don't hesitate to ask a question. Thank you.
Very good.
Actually, let's do it again. Sorry. Let's do it again. And this time, and this is Alan's fault because he didn't tell you exactly what to do. But I think what I want is for you to say, address the people that I'm going to, we're going to bridge this gap between today and Tuesday when this actual, and I'm going to use this maybe too, but can you do me a favor and do another one where you just say that you're working on getting ready for Tuesday? So do your name, do everything.
Okay, with that saying, I'm going into it. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good morning. My name is John Woods, and I'm with the North Carolina Rural Water Association. I'm currently working on a presentation that I will be giving in the very near future that deals with electronics and electricity, the basics. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you in the very near future in one of these classes.
Perfect. And I'm going to have all of you do that for the classes that you do, except I guess Matt, because he doesn't get to do that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Lucky.
Wow.
Oh no, but Mac's still working on it, so we can do.
Hey, he can do something on backflow.
How am I going to use that?
Matt can do a lot on backflow. He just doesn't want to. Huh, Matt?
I've got him on the agenda for speaking in Con Ed.
Yeah, he'll be speaking in Con Ed, so.
He
Yeah.
needs to do it,
Well,
Matt.
you tell me, Alan. You just go ahead and let everybody do what
I
they
would
need.
go ahead. Yeah, I would go ahead and catch everybody while they're here, and you know, like with Cheri, she can talk a minute or two about the plan to launch certification schools in the coming weeks as well. So I mean, I would go ahead and catch everybody.
Okay.
While we're at it.
Go ahead, Cheri.
No, I have to go put on my rural water shirt. Y'all go ahead.
Okay.
All right, Danny, I'll start. Danny, go, because you're the first on my screen.
Good afternoon. I'm Danny Smith with the North Carolina Rural Waterworks Association. I'm one of the training specialists, and we're currently working on some various classes to present to you. I'm working on confined space entry. That would be dealing with the person who does the entry, who is the attendant at the entry point, and also the supervisor who gives authority for that entry. We look forward to seeing you real soon.
All right. You're going to have to do that again, too, because you didn't say North Carolina Rural Water. You said North Carolina Rural Water Works Association. So.
So you just want North Carolina, you just want North Carolina Rural Water?
Yeah, there's no works, so.
That's right. Sorry, been in the waterworks business for a long time.
I know, and I mean, when I did
regular
this
work.
morning and I had to do the voiceover to my own stuff, I think I did it 5 times. My kids were like, "How many more times are you going to do this?" So it's not easy.
Are we going to keep
Sorry.
these flips or flops so we can laugh at them later?
Yes.
We're gonna do a
Flipper
blooper
deal.
series.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a biatch, but
You're fine.
go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm Danny Smith with the North Carolina Rural Water. Association, and I'm working on a confined space class that we will be presenting to you very soon. We look forward to seeing each one of you through our Zoom presentations, and we just thank you for being a part of it.
Good.
All right, I'll go because I'm next on my screen. Are you ready, Wilma?
Yep.
Hi, my name is Amanda Boyd, and I'm the Continuing Education Coordinator at North Carolina Rural Water Association. And I'm really excited about this new venture we're doing in the virtual training. I'm going to miss the face-to-face because I'm a people person, and I like being in the classroom and talking and seeing the different systems. But for right now, this is the route we have to go, and I'm looking forward to this new adventure. I'm also looking forward to this being over and being able to travel again and socialize. I will be presenting on these virtual trainings, public relations and the role of the operator, how we gain confidence in our community with our customers and our water systems. And I look forward to seeing you all through Zoom. And if we can do anything else for you, let us know.
Perfect.
I rambled.
Now you're good.
All right.
Good. We're
Sounded
all
good.
All right, Mac, you ready?
Sure. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon. My name is Mac Merritt. I'm a training specialist with North Carolina Rural Water. We're really excited to be offering the Zoom classes to all the water and wastewater operators. And, you know, most of you people know that I'm in the backflow world, but hopefully we can talk about some maintenance and hurricane effects and emergency management things also. And we're all looking forward to helping everyone out and really excited to get Zoom going and seeing some people again. This quarantine is kind of tough. I'm kind of looking at Carlton every night.
Yeah, you leave that in.
Yeah, you leave
I
that
will
in.
leave that in. I'm not. I'll surely leave that in. Speaking of which, Carlton.
I love you, Carlton.
Alan, you ready?
Who?
Are you gonna do an intro?
You should.
Yeah, I will.
All right, go for it.
All right. Hey, folks, this is Alan Oldham, training manager at North Carolina Rural Water. We've been missing you over the last few weeks, not being able to have our schools and our regular Con Ed training, but we're getting ready to change that with the upcoming virtual training that we're working on now. We've been practicing and working through the bugs and things in the background, getting things ready to launch for next week. Hope to see you on some of the classes. I'll be giving a presentation on preparing for disasters and the things that we learned through Hurricane Florence and Matthew. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Good job. Did he freeze on anybody else, or was it just me?
No, he was good for me.
Okay, good deal. Carl, I guess, Wilma, are you doing anything? Are you going to do an intro?
I'm trying to think if I need to. I don't think so. I mean, what can I can't really contribute anything that you haven't said, so no, it's good.
Carlton?
Everybody stole what I was going to say.
Do it in sign language, Carlton.
Do it in Spanish.
Hey, do not stand up, Carlton.
Folks, you get me all the time. It don't matter what format we're in.
I forgot you only need 2 signs.
That's it, sir. I've got them both. Oh, me. Shall we go ahead with
There's
this
going to be a
thing?
lot of cut in this video.
I can only imagine what it's going to sound like. It's going to sound like we're all robots, the way we got to cut it in and out.
I'm worried about that. Go
Are
ahead.
you, okay, that's your job. Shall I go ahead? Hi, Carlton Smith here, and welcome to our virtual Zoom training room, which mine happens to be my kitchen. Excited and really looking forward to doing some training again in this brave new world we're moving into. But guys, we're going to go through, we're going to try to do our best to bring you quality presentations that will hopefully encourage and enhance your performance out in the field. And again, looking forward to it. As Uncle Smitty says, let's get ready for having some fun.
Nice.
Very good.
That's gonna be my promo.
Jamie, Jamie, do you want to say anything?
Come on, Jamie.
Actually, you know
All
what?
right.
I can say something. I can say something too in the effects of how secure we are. Maybe I throw that in there. Should I
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
That would
that'd
be
be good.
good.
Hey guys, this is Wilma Herrera. I work with the North Carolina Rural Water Association. I'm handling the communications and the marketing aspect of all these virtual classes. And I wanted to assure everybody that we are working really hard, as you can see, on getting these classes out as soon as next week. And we wanted to also assure you that we are doing everything in our power to make this a safe environment for everybody. We have done everything we can to lock any hackers out and to keep you safe and keep your computers safe. And I hope that you guys all have fun with training.
Cheri, you ready?
I'm ready.
Sure.
Tell me when.
You're ready.
Okay. Hi, I'm Cheri Proctor. I'm the Certification School Coordinator with North Carolina Rural Water. We're really excited to bring you our new live virtual interactive training program to serve all of your certification needs. We're really glad to be able to continue to help you obtain those certifications so that you can be an operator in your system. Thanks.
Penny, you want to say anything?
Draw some signs and hold them up.
I think it'd be good if Penny stood up and cause everybody was getting to see her face with that great voice on the telephone.
There you go.
There you go.
There
I mean,
you
she
go.
talks to
There you
these
go.
people more than we do.
Yeah,
you
you are
should,
gonna
Penny.
you're gonna be the backbone of all this. You
Yeah.
and Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ought to
Penny.
introduce yourselves because a lot of people
Penny.
come to a lot of people come to class and
look.
don't see who you are.
Who's that, Carlton?
What? Oh my God.
This is my
Who's that,
grandson. He lives next door. Can you say, hey, John Brett? Say, hey.
Hey,
Say,
buddy.
everybody.
Hey.
Hey.
He
Hey,
lives next door. Wanted to come see Papa C for a few minutes.
Aw.
Little highway patrol man, ain't he?
Yeah, this is the little highway patrolman right here. Ouchie. Okay. All right. Go have fun. Go to grandmama.
So cute.
Oh.
Jamie, would you or Penny like to say anything? One more chance.
I can impromptu say something. I don't know what to say, but I'll just say, are you ready? Everything good?
I'm ready.
Hello, North Carolina Rural Water Association members. We have missed you greatly these past few weeks, but we are super excited to bring you this new opportunity of virtual training to get your water and wastewater credit hours for continuing education and certification schools here shortly. We hope you enjoy it, and we're continuing to work on some updates for conference, and we'll get some news and updates out to you soon. So I hope you enjoy, and we'll see you all very, very soon.
Very good.
Good job.
Good job.
Penny.
We're pros, man. This is good.
Penny's like, I'm not doing it.
Penny, come
You
on
want
now.
us to talk for you and you just move your mouth?
You say, hey, I want to introduce myself. I'm Penny. I'm the woman who solves all of your issues.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All good.
True.
All right.
Penny, you could say just send toilet paper.
Right.
All right. Well, that's good enough for me. I can cut them and splice them, and this is good. That's good
Cool.
stuff. We're pros.
All right.
Wilma's going to start rolling some of these out over here in the next day or so, so getting people prepared for what's coming.
Do we have a copyright on this stuff?
Automatically copyrighted because it's us speaking. So, you know, my husband is a patent attorney, so he can guide me on those things.
There you
There you
go.
go.
But yeah, I mean, I think that we need to make sure that people don't forget between now and Tuesday. You know, I think they need to remember that we're working hard on this. So that's why I put something out today already, and I'm going to keep putting something out every day, just social media wise, that, you know, and maybe I'll make a little promo video and we can actually send that out. So, you know,
Cool.
I'll let you guys look at it.
Yeah.
Make sure that you all
Penny,
like yourself.
Penny is sending out the emails now through WebLink for those 3 classes that we talked about, Amanda.
Good deal.
So you should be getting some feedback here soon.
Shortly.
Yep.
Yeah. Good deal. Good
All
deal.
right.
Could
Does any-
could I ask Amanda, is there, I'm not real familiar with Zoom. Is there a tutorial, or is there's some way for us to practice without being online?
You can go to Zoom.us,
Yes.
and there's all kinds of, there's a support link, and it's got pictures and walk you through directions and everything. So it's good. You can also set up a free account and just Zoom somebody if you wanted to, like your wife or your kids or anybody. Mac and I played around yesterday on it doing that. I just used my free account that I have, and we Zoomed each other just to practice with the sharing the screen option.
That is not a bad idea. I can Zoom to get my grandson in the western part of the state.
There you go. And right now, normally Zoom, there's free accounts for Zoom all the time, but right now they're not sticking you to the 40-minute limit. So if you want to Zoom your family across the state, y'all could talk for hours, I think, without them stopping you.
Yeah. They just did that. Yeah.
All
So,
right,
yeah, that's a good
good.
idea.
Thank you.
And
Yep.
I will, and again, I will send you also the video, John, so that you know how to set it up from a template and all of that, so that then you can look at that as well.
John, if you set up that free account, and then if your wife's got a laptop or whatever, that way you can kind of set them side by side and see what the student is seeing. That's what me and my wife just did earlier this morning.
Yep.
Just so that I could make sure that what I'm doing is correct and what she's seeing is correct. So that's a good way to do it and learn.
Yep.
Anybody else want to work on sharing the screen, or?
I like that, Danny. Thank you.
So
Yeah,
everybody's on the same page. We're going to launch the first class on Tuesday, and we're going to run Tuesdays and Thursdays through the rest of the month. So that we, get some classes out there. Probably toward the second or third week, Cheri, we're going to start working on getting up those folks that we have out there that we didn't finish schools on, and see if we can't get those schools rolling with Carlton and John. And so we'll be working on that as we go forward too.
If there's anything that we need to send as far as books or anything goes, Cheri, Alan, y'all just let me know.
And for right now, and we will, but for right now, we're going to be working on classes that we've already sent out books and finishing up.
Okay.
So that'll give us a little bit of a break to figure out how we're going to do everything.
Perfect. Okay.
Amanda, are you going to be sending out a sample agenda?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sent one earlier. It may be in
Right.
another email. I don't have one printed. I have it as a time. Let's see. Make sure everybody's okay with the time real quick. I have Carlton first from 8:10 to 9:40. And Carlton, if you want to give them a break in somewhere in that, like a 2 or 3 minute bathroom break, you can. They'll have a break after you, but I know an hour and a half is a long time to sit in front of a computer without standing up or walking around. I've got Mac from 9:50 to 10:50 on backflow. Alan is 11 to 12 on lessons learned from Hurricane Florence. John is 1 to 2 for electricity. Danny is 2:10 to 2:55 for confined space. And then I'll finish it up from 3 to 3:45 or longer if need be for public relations. Everybody good with that time?
Yep.
Good.
And you don't
Just
have to
lock-
be on for the whole day.
Yeah.
If you just want to come in for your segment and then get back off, go to do something else, that's good. Just as long as you're there for your time slot. Also, so everybody knows, Penny is going to be doing certificates, and Amanda will need to tell folks that certificates will be emailed. We're not going to do physical mailing. We're going to do email certificates. And so they will be responsible for keeping up with those, but we'll do that after the class is over. So they'll need to make sure that they have given us an accurate email address to get those out to them afterwards.
Amanda, you said Alan would end at 12 and I would start at 1, so I'm assuming that hour is for lunch?
Yeah, from 12
Okay.
to, let's see, from 12 to 1, they'll have a lunch, and then the last 10 minutes of their lunch, they're supposed to check back in. We're just giving them a longer lunch since we're not providing it.
Okay, good.
And to give me and whoever's hosting with me a break, because we'll be sitting here all day for these classes as well.
All
That
right.
leads me to my question, Alan, am I going to be on all of them?
I think probably just the first few, first 2 or 3.
So
until
can you send me
we're
that
sure.
agenda as well, Amanda?
Ma'am?
Can you send me that agenda then as well?
Yep.
So, but I'm not going to be the host. Am I just going to be am I going to be the host for the first few, or what? How do you envision that?
Probably, I would think probably for the first 2 or 3. Because we want to give Amanda time to kind of get comfortable with collecting the names and all the information and stuff that we got to collect
Okay.
as we go through the day. But I think probably after the 3rd one, we probably will have it down pat.
Okay.
So, and also, John, you and Carl, all y'all, you guys know how to use the chat feature that's on there so that, you can ask a question and folks can respond back to you, or however we're going to do that. So there.
Well, John's the only one that wasn't in the meeting yesterday, so I can run through that real quick, John.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
When you are the host, and you can do it now, but on the very bottom where you have that share button, right next to it, there's a chat.
Right.
And when you click on that, it will pull up the window to the chat.
Right.
And what we said was, in order for you to have a record that whoever is in the chat or in the room, in the Zoom room, you can ask everybody to put their names in, and like Amanda just did, and I'm going to do it real quick, and just do a roll call. And then you have, when you look at that and you hover over it, and when you kind of take your mouse and you hover over the names, see how the time appears?
Uh-huh.
So before you end the meeting, when you're all done, there's the 3 tiny little buttons on the bottom right. Do you see that in that chat window?
Oh, I got to find the chat window again.
You can click on the chat again. It will pop in and
Oh,
pop
there it
out.
is. Okay. There's
See in the bottom right, there's this 3 little dots.
the bottom right. Do it again.
Off the chat window.
Okay, I see. File, 3 dots. I got it.
You click on that, and a window, a drop down appears, and it says Save Chat.
Yes.
When you click on Save Chat, and when you after you close the meeting out, a window will pop up, and it will give you a text file, and you can save that text file to your desktop. And
Okay,
you
that's
brought up another question there. As far as attendance, who's going to be keeping attendance?
Amanda.
Okay.
Right. And really the only thing that any of us that are just on there doing our presentation,
right,
we'll be using chat, basically just students want to ask questions or comments or whatever.
Right.
Amanda or whoever's hosting will be making sure to take care of attendance and taking care of the chat save and all that stuff.
But eventually they will have to, right?
Eventually, yeah, Carlton and John and Danny and Mac, as we get into schools, that's some of the things that you'll have to do with the schools, because the state's going to request to make sure we have everything documented,
right,
and whatnot. So, but yeah, you'll need to know that for them. But just for the Con Ed part, you won't have to worry about that.
All right, gotcha. Thank you.
I have some comments to make about that, though, in the educational literature about learning. And one of the things that the research shows is that most humans have about 50 minutes that they can pay attention to something. And that it's very important when you're doing live virtual training to even engage people throughout that period very often. They say every 5 minutes. And that may be stretching it a little for us. We could probably do every 10 minutes, but think about ways that you can actually ask people to participate, because the screen burnout is real, and it also helps to minimize multitasking. So if you're asking them to do something that's engaging in what you're doing instead of what they'd rather be doing, then it helps to hold their attention. So you can do things like, talk for 10 minutes and then ask a question about what you just talked about, or get an opinion about something or whatever, and say, okay, chat your answer. So everybody chats their answer in, and you can see what everybody's saying, and you can not only engage them, but you can check on their understanding of what you're doing. It takes a little longer, but it makes it a lot easier for people to hang their heads on what you're talking about and get something out of it.
I agree. It's very important that you engage them, because if they're just staring at a screen and you talk, you know, especially if you end up having a 6-hour class, and even if you split it into 1.5 hour segments, then you have a break, then you have a lunch break, and then, I mean, that's long. 1.5 hours is long. And every training I have done, and I've done a ton of online training, everybody engages. So even if that annotation that you can use, I mean, you know, we had people just say, click anywhere on the screen and just give me the answer to this question I have of what you just learned, and just have them write it all over the screen. And that serves also as a purpose of a roll call. So then you can say, hey, I can prove that these people were here because their names are all over, and I can show you that they were here. But, you know, and you can use the chat form as well. If we talked about that too. As a host, you can, when you chat, you can use the little icons. I think you can give to them. I'm not sure that you can do it now that we only have one person, but they can use different emojis to, you know, engage with you as well. So, you know, it's important that they have that available for that too. So I don't see emojis on mine, but
It's under,
I have to look where it is.
yeah.
I know it's somewhere, but
I saw about 5 or 6 in a little box, a heart and a check and
I
some
don't
of
know if
that.
that's, I think we, as the host has to make that available, I believe, on the top somewhere, Amanda. I think that doesn't automatically standard appears, but
I don't see an option to share or give it to you.
I think it's somewhere on the top. I don't know. I have to look. That might be something that's disabled because we changed the
Here, I'll give you a
chat.
host. See if you can find it and tell me where to go.
Well, down at the bottom next to chat, there's a record button, and then the next one is called reactions. Are y'all seeing that one?
I don't have that on mine.
You have participants, share screen, chat, record, but you don't have the reactions button.
You can do like clapping hands or a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'll help as the host to engage too. You know, I may say, you know, John, could you stop just a minute? I need everybody to type their name, or I need everybody to give me a thumbs up. You know, everybody stand up, turn around, sit down in your chair, something. I'll help out as a host, keeping everybody
As long as they got
engaged.
pants on.
Yeah. If you have pants on, stand up, turn around, and sit down.
Right. If not, please stay seated.
If you don't.
All depends
You
on how
don't, just
good
clap
you
your
look.
Make everybody stand up and do the hoochie coochie.
There you go.
I don't see it either right now, but maybe it's because of recording. So I have to see what, because there was a lot, even as a host, I had these options, and now I don't have them anymore. So
Well, I see it on the bottom of the page that I have on the far right.
you see it?
Yeah, but you know, I might still be in that. I don't know what you
No,
got me in.
I'm the host now. As long as you can see it, so you guys can see that you can use different emojis like hand wave and all of that. Can you do that?
Yeah,
Because I don't have that as
and thumbs up.
I don't know why I don't have it. I keep
All
losing.
mine has is hand clap and thumbs up.
Mine too.
Yeah, go ahead and use that for a second. I want to see what it looks like on my end.
It's on our pictures.
It's on the pictures. It's not showing up on the chat. Weird.
No, it's in the
It's
corner
not
of
on
our.
the chat.
I don't have any emojis in the chat today.
But look at this one, Wilma. I raised my hand in the chat. Let's
Yeah.
see when you record it, if that gets recorded also.
I just stopped recording for a second.
Okay.
No, I'm still recording. Never mind. I'm still recording.
Right now, the thumbs up is over Penny.
Yeah.
Was.
Everybody, well, you can do the thumbs up on your end too, I believe.
Mhm.
There it is.
So that's another way that you can see everybody give me hands up. You know, I don't know why it's not showing up in the chat. It may be something that I changed when I changed the video settings. I'm still, learning.
I think it's just not part of the chat. I think it's a separate feature. It's just like for expressing your emotion during the presentation, because it's separate. It's a separate button that's not inside the chat.
Right. I'm gonna make
Why can't we just do this?
I have to raise hand. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot more the other day. Oh well, I'll figure it out.
I have
Okay.
none of them today. None.
Huh.
Yeah, me neither. It used to be
Yeah,
all
I have
kinds,
none.
but it might be a setting that I did when I changed the video to appear for everybody. I might have inadvertently changed something. So
There's another feature that everybody can play around with as you're going in. When you set up your own Zoom account, and if you're practicing with somebody, you can set up what's called a poll. And you may not do that in these first few at Con Ed, but we're probably going to be working with those in the schools because it's a really interesting feature. It's a lot of fun. You can almost make it like a game or a quiz show or whatever, but you ask a question and then you have everybody log in their answer, and you can see real time as everybody answers who's answering who's giving which answer. So you can check on everybody. But you can also get a sense of how the class as a whole is doing. And it just engages, and you can set those up ahead of time. And then during your presentation, you say, okay, it's time for a poll, and you launch the poll. It asks them that it pops up for them the question and the multiple choice answers, or however you set it up. And then you have everybody, once everybody has sent in their answer, then you can talk about it. And it's kind of fun because sometimes, I don't know if you can make that visible to the participants live so that they can see as the answers as they roll in, because that's interesting too. Sometimes as the answers come in, people will go back and change their answers based on what other people give. So it's kind of an interesting feature that we can look at using.
well, we can turn the poll on right now somewhere. I don't remember where it was.
And the host is the only one who can edit or add to a poll during the meeting. The assistant or the alternate host can't do that, but the alternate host can launch a poll. So if you have two people who are working together and one is given a presentation, the other person can launch a poll that's been previously put into the system, and you can do up to 25 per session.
Amanda, do you have the poll session right now?
I don't have any options up here to do a poll.
Okay, so it won't do it real time, so I would have to change it and then for next time.
Yeah.
But I think those kind of features give us the opportunity to make the training days a little more fun, a little more engaging for people to participate and really get something out of it instead of playing on their cell phones.
Heck, I play on my cell phones when I'm presenting. What does it matter?
You do not. You don't even answer that damn thing when you're presenting.
I answer very little when I'm not presenting.
That's the truth, Ruth.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything they want to work through? Any questions? Any issues?
My only concern is, again, I don't know if I've missed something yesterday. If, like Danny had the issue, maybe Danny can explain to me how he got the sound on his video he shared to go over everyone's presentation. That's basically the only real thing I'm having any particular heartburn about.
Carlton.
When you go to set up to do your share and you have the screen that comes up where you can
I'm gonna make
says
Carlton. I'm
what
gonna
you
make you the host, and you can share your screen, and that's the best way to see it. If you when you go to share, I sent you a picture of it on your text. When you go to share your screen, there's gonna be an option at the bottom of the share screen that says share computer sound, and it has a little check box beside it. Pull that up and see if you see it.
You're muted there, Carl.
Did you see it,
There
Carlton?
we go. Now I got it, hopefully. Okay, are you looking at my screen now?
Yeah, have you got a video in there that you can play?
Yes, that's what I'm heading to right now.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Did
let
you
me see if I
did
can
you
find-
see that little check box when you pulled it up?
Did not. Let me try pull it up again. Point again. And I'm sorry for the dog hacking. Here we go. Let's take a look at this one. Now, are you seeing the presenter view or?
No, we're seeing the.
Yeah, there's no sound.
No sound, Carlton.
Okay.
Go back out of it.
Stop sharing your screen. Go
Yeah.
to the top and hit stop sharing. As soon as you hit share screen, you get a box to choose which screen you're sharing. Did you get that?
All right, I'm going to share screen.
And don't do anything else. Just hit share screen. That's it. Did you get a box to choose your screen?
I just see it now. Share
There you
computer
go.
sound. Thank you.
There you
All
go.
right. My heartburn has been relieved like Tums. Thanks.
You want to try it now? Try it. Walk
Yes,
through it.
please. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can find the, oh, crapola. I'll see if I can find my presentation now.
Just don't pass no gas.
Well, that's half the fun of it all.
But hey, the good thing is we can't smell it.
You hope.
Yeah, I can anyway.
Yeah.
That's the first sign of the coronas. You can't smell nothing.
I ain't never been able to smell.
All right, let's
Mac,
see.
you
here.
remember this? I wish
Yeah,
you
click
had
on from, there you
smell-o-vision.
go.
Smell-o-vision.
Smell-o-vision.
All right, here we go. Let's see if I can find it right. We got a lot to go through to get. It's a good presentation.
It
Just,
looks good.
Oh, it's
It
lovely.
looks really good.
I like pictures and trees and sewers. My 3 favorite things.
I'm gonna start calling you Rudy.
Here we go. Can you hear it now? Let's see. It should pull up.
There you go.
Yes. I can hear it.
Look, my son's over
Outstanding.
here.
That little video. Y'all be hearing the sound okay, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Outstanding. I'll try to recommend one company over anybody else, but that's good. That's the best video I found. All right. That's it. I'm happy.
Okay. Wilma, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Can Zoom be utilized using a jetpack?
Oh, what?
You know, the MiFi cards, the jetpacks,
Hotspot.
hotspot.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. I'm just asking.
It depends on how long your hotspot lasts.
Right. Well, I'm just thinking if we're sitting there presenting and our internet goes down, I was just telling Jamie and them earlier, you know, or I mentioned it to you too, they're having rolling internet outages here in Moore County now because of so many people working from home.
Oh, yeah.
Might not hurt for us to have our jetpacks there with us.
Hey, Alan, has anybody tried just using the jetpack to see how it works?
No, that's what I was wondering about. I mean,
Make
yeah.
sure it's okay with Sharon. You know, she watches.
I was gonna say, that's gonna be a lot of data. I mean, all this video, yeah, I can see the